Of doing anything. So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger I fear in this training.
That button. Continue. Make a nice smooth look. The flare. A lot of pressure here. random stream during the week. And I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
We will certainly not take the buttons with special goodbye there, folks. See what happens. See, it's climbing all over the place. No wonder I'm crashing my buttons. Right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat with the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. You too. See you next time.
And we're here. Greetings, everybody. I made it this Monday. I made it. As per the schedule. Greetings, everybody. Hope you're all having a great week. It's a short week for you again. It's a short week. Buttons is going nuts because she's a bit concerned about this flight for some reason. I have no idea why. Really. Nothing bad will happen. Everything will be fine. But we will be playing with failures on the way if I get the time. But look, it's going to be bad weather anyway, so I'm probably biting off more than I can chew. So producer Buttons, would you like a treaty treat? To begin the stream with great joy. There you go, little Buttons. Now that's the first thing off the checklist. Tick. Happy days. We're going to go, and we're cold and dark as always, and we're flying the Ryanair livery. And I hope you're all doing well. Clappy D's with us. You're first up there, Clappy D, in the comments. Greetings to you. Yeah, we're doing the Ryanair livery for some reason from Dublin to Liverpool. I don't know what it was, the 800 or 700 or whatever, but you know what I mean. So they, for a long time, they haven't had any incidents really, which is absolutely amazing, So they had a problem. I don't know what it was. We won't find out for a while, but they had a problem with the wheel. They're bursting. It happens. We've all had burst tires. You're not particularly in any danger really, not in any danger at all. Even if, didn't come down at all, you're fine. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't be in any way. Well, the only worry is I still some food in my teeth. Really, I wouldn't be worried in an airplane in the slightest. In fact, I start laughing because everyone would shit themselves. So yeah, Ryanair livery into Dublin, and we're going to play with failures, hopefully. The wind is quite bad where I am, so I'm assuming it's quite bad there. This is real live weather, real life time as well, by the way, folks. So Clappy D says even, greetings. Brian Baffy, one last look at the nose gear before it disintegrates on runway 28 left. I would love if you could actually set the failures like that, so that it would just come off and stuff. With PMDG, I'd love if you could start doing that, folks. Can you do that in Flight Sim? X-Plane could do it to a certain degree, so we'd love to have failures and stuff like that. They do have failures, in all fairness to PMDG, so it's not massive, it's not a big rim, it's not a Tundra tire, is it? It's quite, petite, if you like. Now down here's where all the weight happens, that's where all the weight happens. They got two on each side there, which is nice, so four rear wheels. But these things happen. I wouldn't, if you're going, oh god, I don't want to go flying again, I wouldn't worry about it, really. You've got more chance of crashing into the airport by far, or you've got more chance of getting a burst tire as an instructor flying the little things all the time. No, I've never had a burst tire. I was taxiing with a punctured tire in the taxi, so don't worry about it. So flying safe as heads, that's the good news. And thank you so much to Lonely Reaper. Wow, Lonely Reaper says, hey Gripper Sim, happy 22 months, nearly 2 years. Sorry for being away so long. That's okay, Lonely Reaper, I understand that. As all simmers, right, we all know that, don't we, Lonely Reaper? Because you kind of get into Flight Sim and then you leave it for months and then you get back into it. And my rig here, which I have to do the video, I said before I started streaming, I said, a little rig, and I just leave it in the corner of the room, so I don't have to go and, because what happens is you start selling stuff because you think you'll never get back into it again, and you do get back into it again. So we all come and go, really. The Lonely Reaper, don't say sorry. There's no need to say sorry at this channel. No sorry at all. But I know what you mean, though. You're not actually apologizing for being away. You're just kind of going, look, I've been away, glad to be back. Good to have you back, Lonely Reaper. I hope you're having a good time. We all have to entertain ourselves somehow, don't we? In this world we live in, this place, this joke of anyway, let's not get too deep, will we? So we're in Liverpool. I got the paid scenery here. We've got live traffic going, we've got live weather, live time, all that crack. It's going to be great fun because you're watching someone fly who doesn't really know what they're doing. Not really, no. So we'll see what happens. Liverpool, folks. Where's the yellow submarine? Where is the Yellow Submarine? There's the Yellow Submarine in Liverpool. Very important thing to have as a Beatles, folks. Can I say that now? Something I was going to do. There's something that's really annoying me. I'll have to take off the I'll do that on the cruise. I'll take off the cameras and deal with that. Chicken and chicken and bacon. That's the damage. That's the damage done today. Right, so what are we doing? Yeah, we're flying airplanes. Okay, so let's just get into the cockpit. That's why you're here. Thank you very much, Lonely Reaper, for subscribing and supporting the channel. All you folks know by now that everything every penny that goes into the channel, which is not, you know, we don't have a huge amount of followers yet, but it goes back into the channel. Do you know what I mean? Would it be great popular one day if we got popular and we could start giving stuff away? I looked into that and it's quite tricky. There's laws and stuff, do you know? I don't know how they do it. It can be done, do you know? But yeah, we're going to take off Liverpool with cold and dark and we're going to get going. And we'll see if we can play with the nose wheel. I won't have a lot. Look, we'll see what happens. I can't guarantee. I can guarantee that I can't guarantee anything, but we'll try. Okay, we're in cold and dark. Let's get the battery on, folks. Very dark. Well, that's what it's cold and dark, isn't it? I always have a problem finding the battery. Alt-L is your flash lamp on your face. There we go. There's the battery. I found the battery. Is that the battery? Look for your press. There we go. Battery's on. Happy days. Yep. Excuse me. That's really rude. Burping on stream. Jesus. Sorry about that. Yeah, checklist. Right. Parking brake. Oh, yeah, because the parking brake doesn't actually... Down the pedals. Oh, my pedals are a bit loose. You may have problems coming in. Are they? They're okay. Standby power is guarded and closed anyway, but I want to put my eyes on it. There's a standby power and that's guarded and closed. Happy days. Fuel pumps. Let's put the whole lot of them on. Boom, 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 boom. Let's not waste the battery and get the... I'm going to skip the checklist here and get the APU started. No, not you. The APU. Jeez. APU starting. Left fuel pump, left APU. Oh, there it is. APU on generator. Wait. I must wait for it to... Now, I'm going to pause here, right? Because I keep making this mistake. I keep putting on the generators for the APUs, the two inner switches here, too early. Right? Let's see if we can go to the back of the airplane and see. Let's reset the cam there. That'll get us started very quickly. So let's have a listen. There's someone coming in there. We got live traffic. I love it. It's not very loud. It's kind of kicking off. There's someone coming in here. Look. Who's that? Oh, that's a Ryanair, and that's the live traffic. It's probably a little bit delayed. There we go. There's a Ryanair coming in there. See? Everything's fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. Relax. Don't be nervous when you're flying airplanes, folks. Oh, I've got the speed here. I'll zoom out a bit. There we go. There's some Ryanair coming in there. Look at them there. Oos! Yeah, that's the way. You know, a hard landing, you know, is necessary sometimes. Get the... Oh, jeez. Look at him. He's in the red zone. Oh, no! He's got to go off the runway, is he? That must be a human. We have a human. Oh, it's off the end of the runway, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Let's tag up. Who... Is that one of ours? We don't know. What? That is into the trees. Oh, do you know what? I bet you, right? I bet you what's happened here, because I've got the paid airport. The one that comes for free is probably a little bit longer and not as accurate as this one. I'd say that's what happened. I don't know. But he's not tagging up, though. I'm not getting a tag. So we had our first crash there. There's someone there in the FA8. Are you one of ours? Floated Blinky 12. Are you on the stream? So we do have people following. Don't forget you can follow us on the stream. Do you know? We got Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider greetings. Ghost Rider's coming with us. And we have... That's it for now. Right, you can let me know if I don't recognise your name, because sometimes you change your names. Anyway, what were we talking about here? Jeez, let's just get in. And now, yeah. So the APU. Now, I'm going to put the APU generators on because it's reading something here, right? 1, 2. Wait, said Robert Times, and I did, Robert. A few more comments there. Blackjack, hey ho. Says Morning Gripper Sim from the middle of Washington State. Kilo Mike Whiskey Hotel. He's near that airport. Greetings, Blackjack. Great to have you back. Clappy D says, I'm going away tomorrow for a few days. Time for some sun. Yeah, I might have offered... Someone offered me a trip there. I'm going to take it. So maybe... I don't know when it's going to happen, but yeah, I'm sure you won't deny me a few days off, because there might be something coming up for me. Blackjack then says, well off for Miss Doctor appointment. Have a good flight. Well, off to my doctor's appointment. Have a good flight. Blackjack, I hope you have a good time with the doctor, right? I hope it's a good thing, you know. And usually it is, you know. G Cook Scotland says, hey ho. G Cook's with us, and he says, how is the paid version? The paid version of PMD 737, if you don't have it, it's absolutely stunningly, brilliantly fantastic. You know, it's brilliant. Hopefully they'll have some updates with stuff like nose gear coming off and things like that. I know they'll do the failures, but I want to see it coming off. Ground power's not available. Let's ignore the ground powers. We've got the APU on. Let's not panic. Everything will be fine. Stop dashing. We've got plenty of time. We're doing one-way trip today, so. Bargate battery, some repair. Green flags, APU. Position lights, steady. Which they are. Logo light, as required. Let's light it up like a Christmas tree. Cabin lights, as required. Yeah, don't worry about that. Emergency exit lights. I'm still hunting. Which doesn't please. There we are. Not as long, though. Passenger signs. Let's get those safety belts on for peeps. And all that kind of stuff. Pax Auto High. Pax Auto. Boom. Boom. Iris mode selectors. I should have done that straight away. How foolish of me. Please don't give out to me. 1, 2. 1, 2. FMC. Now let's go to the whole FMC things. So I have the navigation, so it's pretty much instant, really, you know. So let's get rid of stuff here. All right. Let's get rid of those annoying steps. I know there's a way you can do it. By default. Oh, ground power, I don't want it. Get rid of the stairway. Get rid of the stairway? No. Okay, it'll come away on itself. Transponder is standby. Pretty well better be. No, it's not on standby. Wow. Heading takeoff runway. Okay, so I missed a whole lot of stuff there, so that was foolish of me. Okay, let's download the flight plan. Let's just go to menu FMC and enter IRS position. Clear that message. Pause on it. Next page and take the left one. I'll go back. I'll stick it in there. Very nice, and we've got everything updated there. It's all aligned. Route. I'm going to follow it along. Request flight plan. Now what we can do is, I've already done it in SimBrief, is Echo Golf Papa to Echo India Delta Whiskey, which is Dublin. Let's put that in company route. Give me the flight plan, please. Yes, it is. Select that one. Request it. And give it a second. There we go. Give it a sec. There we go. Yes, it is. Request flight plan. Request flight. Did I do that already? No. Next page. Okay. Back to. I'm not doing this the right way, I know it. Okay, I'm doing it twice now. That was stupid of me. I thought it would follow along logically, but no. No, I'm thinking of the Airbus, and it's confusing sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Idiot ref. Okay, so great. Great, thank you. We have our 008. That's taken in from SimBrief. We've got a reserves. I'm going to put one in there for reserves because it doesn't take the fuel from SimBrief and all the mass balance necessarily. Cruise altitude. Now, I'm going to go with what it says here. 14995, because that's not integrated exactly with SimBrief. Now, the problem with this is it's a bit stupid. You know, 15, flight level 50. Really? 150. That's close enough. I'm not going to worry about 5 feet. N1 limit. Now, we don't know what run when we're taking off and all that kind of gear. So let's skip from there. Let's go to route. And also, let's get some music up here going. Just some background music, folks. Where's it going to start right now? That's the usual track we have when we start off for some reason, folks. Runways and all that kind of stuff. Let's go to arrival departure. Gripper, says Copy D. If you go to SimBrief and save your flight plan as a PDF, you can then share the link to the stream. I know that. Oh no, I know you can do it for PDF, but I don't know how to share it with the stream. How do I do that though? I'll tell you what I'll do. All right. I'll just copy and paste it in because I don't know. I don't want to. I know there is a way, Clappy D. There you go. That's not going to do you, really, is it? How do I do that quickly, Clappy D? Let me know. Let me know. I have the PDF up here in my left screen. But how do I... There's the PDF there, but how do I share it with you? Do you know what I mean? Put a link in the description or something? No? Just copy the URL. Oh, God, it's that simple! Really? But will that not... Okay, let's try that. Boom. Got it, that's true. ClockPD, thank you very much. I'm going to put the URL into Twitch as well. There's a URL there, folks. Right. Thank you, ClockPD. I appreciate it. I thought it was a whole hullabaloo. I just assumed it was a whole hullabaloo. Where was I? We put in the reserve, we put in the cost index, we put all that. Now we can go to legs. Let's go to the next page here. Let's go to legs. We'll load the weather later. Let's go to legs here. Arrive departure, please. Departure. We are going to depart. Wall 2 Tango. From runway 28 left. No, what am I talking about there? 27. W Alpha Lima 2 Tango. Great, that'll have that. And go back to... We'll go to right then, we'll continue on. No, back to arrival approach. Arrival departure, and we're going to arrive into Dublin. Into runway 28 left, which is the new one. What VOR, please? ILS 28 left. 28 left, confirmed. Boom, and we're coming into Bagzo. 3 Lima. Back 3 Lima. There we go. Do we not just execute there? No. Okay, fair. Now, let's go to legs here and just double check everything, shall we? Oh, activate it. Activate it, please. And then execute. Great. Okay, let's check that. So it looks like a straight out approach here. Right. So, let's go to plan mode. And let's step across. Boom, boom, boom. I'm looking for discontinuities. Anything unusual. That's going to make us to the arc. Look. Hang on. There's the arc there. I'm going to worry about that in the way. Now that might give us time to do some failure stuff. Now there's a discontinuity. Don't worry about that. Just copy and paste because it is radar vectors in the real world. And that's a nice 30-degree intercept for the ILS. Happy days. That's lovely. I love that. That's great. No hassle, no grief. Back to 10. Back to map mode. And we're good to go. We want to turn around behind us. And that'll be fine. Okay. Now let's just check everything. Init ref. Now we're going to go to N1 limit and get our V speeds for takeoff. Flaps are going to take off for flaps 5. And we're going to VR 131, 134, 141. That's good. Center of G. Oh, that's going to change everything. Isn't it? No, it's not. Really? It doesn't take it from SimBrief. So it's good enough. Trim 599. 599 the trim, please. 5.99 is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we go. That'll do. Now let's get this brightness here fixed because I have the monitor's really well done here. That's just my head, and this one's too bright here as well. You can't see that, you know, but I have to say the LC 310, which is reasonably expensive. Sorry, the LG television C2 is bizarre, you know. I'm just trying to turn this one down a little bit as well, and maybe that beep worries me. And maybe a little bit of brightness because it's going to be dark when we get in here, and I don't want to be blown out of it with lights and stuff. Okay, fine. So that's the lights done, and there's some other lights I want to fix the main panel here just a little bit, and a little bit of flood there. That's all. That'll do. Leave him alone. Oh, he's all lit up like a Christmas tree as well. You know. I don't want this one. There we go. Excellent. Happy days. Let's just keep going. So that's the FMC. Now, oh yeah, the weather. Forgive me, I'm going to have to slow down a bit here because I'm still getting used to it, right? The weather was in index, and I think it was approach. No. What was the approach there? Oh no, it's this one. Forecast. Load those winds, please. There we go. So it's this one, the actual button. Hey, this is really outdated, this kind of technology, isn't it? But once you get used to it, you're happy as an army, you know. Come on. There we go, load it. Do it. What the taste is going on here? Yeah, thank you. Execute. Some forecasts are in. Set, that's okay, good. Cruise. Set, we did that. Climb, fine. That's not more to this is what I'm doing. Let's just get out of here. Okay, cool. FMC transponder. Yeah, okay. ILS max speed. So our V2 speed is gonna be 141. Which button do I have for that? 141. There we go. 141. No, 141. Excellent. Also, we will want our runway departure course. Let's just get that exactly there. It's starting to rain here. I better get going because it don't want to be dark coming into Dublin, do we? Runway actual heading is 266. There you go. 266. Oh, it's up here. I've got to change my. I don't want to cross my arms. 266. No. 266. There we go. Excellent. Yaw damper, initial altitude as well. We put it up to our. What did we say it was? See, I should have written that down. See, I've got to look. If I write in your knee pad, you know where to look. The flight level for this one is 22,000 feet, folks. Oh no, yeah, 22. Yeah, 22,200 feet. Really? That's 22. 22. Short trip. I haven't done this trip on this aircraft. I'm going to be busy. Alright, access heading, turn away, initial altitude set, yaw damper right above my head. See, you know, remember that because I was driving me demented. Yaw damper on, otherwise we get problems. Window heat. Boom, 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 boom. You put the probe heat on as well? Or does that come on? I don't know. Window heat, it says on. Really? Okay, put the probe heat. I don't know about putting the probe heat on now. Flight altitude done. Oh, that's the cabin pressures. 22,000 feet. I think that was about 250. I'm just guessing. We change it on the way. Landing altitude set. Flight directors, both on. Loose. No, that's the wrong one. Look for your press. On to tiny little discrete buttons there. LNAV, VNAV. That should now come on. Thank you. Minimums reference. So that's when we're coming in. Minimums. That's all we're coming in. Auto brake. We can set that for ejector takeoff. We'll get our approach on the way. Doors closed. And people get away. So let's get rid of all the stuff and things. Let's go up to menu. Let's go to flight sim actions. Let's go to ground services. Get the chocks off. And apparently if I took the chocks, the silly little stairs will disappear as well. Yay! Hotel. That's my lamp there, my face. Oh, I could do it a little bit more lightage. Couldn't I? No, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's better. Isn't it? That's better. Okay, good. Let's start the engines. Let's get backtracked and out of here. Let's arm the auto throttle at this point as well. Fuel pumps are all good. Electric hydraulic pumps. I think that's there. Anti-collision light on. Okay. Parker brake. Let's make sure that's set. It is. Ground equipment go away and area clearance. Start those engines. Let's get pushback. Pushback's a bit awkward. So we're going to taxi up this way. And we're getting out of here. So unfortunately I'm not using that fancy taxi tool. So we're going to have to wing it. Let's contact ATC. Let's get pushback and get out of here. Can I do this? Oh, that's better. I can't do folks. Isn't it? Can we move that window over to the screen on my other side? Yes, we can. So, good. Brakes are off now. Well, let's wait for him. Don't forget to hit the like button there, folks. Brakes off. Let's go. Let's go. And let's get starting engines. But hang on. APU bleed. We need him. We need these to be off. Let's check this. Bing bing there, folks. Get a bing bing. Get those packs off. And APU bleed on. We got a bing bing. Oh, great. Brian Baffle. Forgive me, Byron. Is it Byron? B-R-Y-A-N B-A-L-F-E. Brian or Brian Balfi. I'm just paranoid. I'm going to butcher your name, Byron or Brian. Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Wow. Oh, jeez, where are we? Oh, jeez, we're halfway. Oh, good God. Let's turn to the left. No, that's the other left. It's the tail to the left as I'm sitting here. No, it's not. That's it. Oh, good God. There we go. I'm going to end up near the buildings here, folks. I'm going to end up... Oh, there's the yellow line, thank God. There's the yellow brick road, folks. So we'll stop it there. Stop, pushback. Brakes back on. Brian, thank you very much. Robert Times is with us, folks. He's our instructor. Robert Times says, good evening. For ref in it page, you can take everything from SimBrief, including cruise level. Just don't press perf init. Oh, okay, that's what I was doing. Sorry, Rob, you've told me that so many times. Okay. Robert Times also says, a little tip. This is on Twitch now. He's on Twitch. A little tip. When switching power sources, the last used power source is automatically turned off. So no need to switch off the ground power when switching to APU. Same when switching from APU to engine generators. Okay. I'm just reading that and letting it settle in. Okay, so if I activated ground power, Robert, right? I wouldn't have to switch off the APU. It does it automatically. That's electrics for you, isn't it? Okay, thank you, Robert. Talking about the APU gens, he says. So you still have to manually turn off the APU itself. Yes, I know that. At least that much I do know. Just Robert, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, where was I? APU. Oh yeah, I was worried about the APU. So that's that there. APU good. Display unit fine. Packs off. And let's get the engine started. We can leave it on the right or left. We'll put it on the left. Left engine, please. Let's have a look. No, I'd rather actually. No, I should have done that. There we go. Engine spooling up, folks. Very nice. Just the wind blowing there, or where's the sound? Oh God, I'm not an Airbus. Bloody hell. Yeah, adding fuel is customary. I hear noises happening. Not an Airbus. Yep. Not very loud though out here. I'm not getting great soundage. Okay, I can hear it, but it's not really loud. Let's go to the next engine here. And we'll watch that spool up. Can I hit Alt L here? Alt L. No. Let's see the fan spinning. Alright, let's get the next engine number 2 started. And it's going off the mouse here. It's clicked already to automatic and go. We looking at N2. 35%. Now I'm gonna put on the fuel here, Robert, and I'm gonna read your text there. Yep. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, let's read Robert's comment there. To double check if you have actually turned on the engine generators, look at the overhead. Second row at the top, the section with digital readouts. Second row at the top. Digital read. Are you talking? Second row at the top. Digital readouts. Check the AC amps readout by turning the right dial underneath to respectively Gen 1, Gen 2. Hotel. Yeah, they're studying up in these electric circuits. Well, it's a sim. I'm not going to get freaked out about it. Double check section. Turning the white dial underneath. This one. Okay. Okay, I won't get tied up in that there, Robert, just for now. That's okay. Let's get rid of that screen over here. Thank you, Robert. Okay, so I'll have to read up a bit about that because we'll be on the ground for hours. Thank you, Robert. That's great. So now, right, this is what we're saying. Right, this is what you're saying. Don't switch off the APU, just switch on the generators. Oh, they came on automatically, am I right? So they came on automatically. Did it switch off the APU automatically? And then I see the two engines, gen off bus, is that right? And the other dial, right, well, no, we got a bit of a 30-second delay there with YouTube, Robert, I think. So do I put on the generators and it switches them off automatically? That's the key. The details later. So this is bugging me a little bit. So I had the APU started. Turn them on indeed. Okay, so that's what I would do. So it says gen off bus. Not very good English, is it? It's not very, you know, for the 1 and 2, so it's off. And then it switches off the bus. So when that lights up then, Robert, right, it's off. It's odd that it's blue. Wouldn't be nice if it was red or something, or off. I don't know. I just, as a layman, find that interesting. Right, we got that just started. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Generators 1 and 2 are a Pro Heat on. There we go. There's a Pro Heat there. Skipping out about the Pro Heat. There's a Pro Heat there. Oh. Happy days. We've got windows on. Anti-icing. No. Engine packs back to auto. Takes a while, folks, with this one, doesn't it? Packs back to auto. We'll switch off the APU bleed there and packs back to auto. 1 and 2. Great. Isolation valve auto. I hope that's the isolation valve. APU bleed is off already. And APU off. Up power, please. No, I'm just going to go for the taxi light now. Leave the taxi on and have those on for taxi. Engine start switches to continuous. No, not guard, continuous. I wonder what happens if you do that. Flaps as required. Let's get to flaps. You'll be doing this as your taxi. So I'm just one person here, you know. Great. AP bleed. Engine start flap set. Elevator trim set for takeoff, which we've already done. There's the flaps coming down there. Flight controls, foot free, correct, recall, blah 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 blah. Let's hit the recall here. Look, Robert, nothing's lighting up. Nothing's lighting up. I've done everything perfectly today. There's no confusion. Everything's fine. Lower display. Yeah, fine. Taxi lights. I did that. Let's taxi, folks. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's take the brakes off. I love that when you just depress the brakes. Look. I just depressed my physical brakes and we can taxi now. Let's go. So that took 40 minutes. Okay, I was chatting a little bit and looking at views and stuff, and it takes a while, doesn't it? Now, hooray, says Robert. Excellent. So have I improved? Now, do we arm the spoilers? No, we don't do anything. We'll just follow the checklist. So next is taxi checklist. Turn to assigned runway. Yeah. Brakes, jar, turn indicator. Oh yeah, you check that as you go. Where's the couple stuff? It's up here. Do you see decreasing once, decreasing twice, all that kind of stuff? Increasing once, increasing twice. Just to check that you're, doing the right thing. There we go. So we're rocking and rolling,
ladies
folks.
and gentlemen, and welcome to this mostly uncomfortable
Board
and
takeoff
exhausting
checklist.
flight. We will be
Pardon,
taking off
fuel flow,
shortly. We
set,
ask that you
20 hours,
fasten your
cabin
seatbelts
lights,
and stow your loud babies in the overhead soundproof lockers.
This is going to be a scary flight
Those
because
of you with the
well, I leave it
light
on the golden air,
oversized
folks, because you can't see
babies
anything. It's
can
going to bore the
stow
hell out of
them
you.
under your feet. We
So let's
also
do that.
ask that your seat and table ties
get into
are in
Dublin.
your upright position for
You don't
takeoff.
see anything.
Please
Just
ensure
sadly.
all personal electronic
Just make it
devices,
displeased.
including laptops, cell phones, and powered sexual implements, are powered off.
Tucker Fickler speaking to you. Hey ho, welcome back. Thank you very much for coming back, Tucker. Before that, Brian was spot on there. He says spot on. Thank you, Brian. Brian, thanks again, by the way. Really helps. It really does support the channel, you know. Oh, I tell you, I'm thinking of doing something later on down this summer. I'll tell you about it on the cruise. Another just to add to the channel. Creative song spoofs. Oh, that's her name. Creative song spoofs. Hey, sup?
Thank you for choosing
Soup.
Griper for your flight, and we hope
Soup
you
to
enjoy
you.
the journey
Sup?
with us.
I know the sup thing. What's up? Sup? Soup. Creative spoofs, welcome. Creative song spoofs, welcome. Good to have you. I hope you're interested. Are you simmering? Let us know what you're doing, what you're up to. He says, how much did you get the 4094? Creative song spoofs. I can't remember. It was not. It was. I think it was 1500. No, it was less than that. It was about 12. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I actually can't remember. It did come down a lot in price. It wasn't like when the 3080 was out, but it was over. It was €1,000 plus change. It was a tough one, but I got it for the stream. I couldn't afford. And I'll confirm get the windsock there. We have a headwind, so I couldn't afford any nonsense with frame rates because I'm streaming I'm streaming from the same PC as I'm flying the flight sim, right? But I can tell you the 4090 is a no-brainer, creative spoofs, with regards to the price to performance ratio, if that makes any sense to you. You know. So they're getting cheaper though, you know. Stefan, hey ho, and Tucker Fingers. Stefan, great to see you. Good to see you, Tucker. I'm creative. G-Cooks. Oh God, right, forgive me. G-Cook Scotland says there in tweet, she says, I printed a checklist yesterday and after transponder set TRRA. It has TFC set. I'm going to hold here for. Well, let's go right up to the holding point here. It says it has TC set on. Do you know what TFC is? Is it something to do with TCAS? Let me have a look at that now. Let me just hold here because I'm not going to. Usually, what happens in the airlines, I would imagine, is there the first officer or whoever's not flying is going click, 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 click while one's taxiing. So it happens very quickly. Do you know? There are two people, I'd imagine. So that's why it takes so long. Let's just come right up here to the line. Right up. There we go. Nice and gently. Let's put the brakes on and we'll get everything ready here and then we'll get out of here. Now let me just see what G-Cook, I might learn another thing here. So. Alright, it has TFC. A bit of a TRRA. TFC. I don't know. If I can't answer straight away, G-Cook Scotland, Robert Times, if he might answer it, if he's so kind. I don't want to tell you fibs. Johnny C is here. Johnny C 9393 says, evening all, just arrived. Be with you shortly. Robert Times says he needs the TFC button. Is that up here? This one. Yeah, that's the air traffic. If I switch that on, that's another thing Robert taught me actually. TFC is here, right? That's what Robert's saying. So if I press that, we get the traffic here. Now I've gotten TA only, but actually TA only? I have a TRA. Anyway, it gives us the traffic. We'll see traffic here. Right? That's it. Cool. Happy days. There we go. Okay, checklist. Generations 1 or 2 are on. No, that's off the track. I did that. Before takeoff checklist, parking brakes on, fuel flow. I have to find out what that actually really does. Right? Reset the fuel flow gauge. Set of fuel pumps is required. De-ice. What's the temperature? Where are you? It's +9. We'll be going into clouds, so we'll just put it on. Boom, boom, boom. Anything up here? It's all good. Okay, fine. Anti-ice cabin lights required. Flight instruments check. So we got our altitude to 22,000 feet. We got LNAV, VNAV, auto throttle is still armed. Proper times. This is great news. Engine instruments check. Yeah. Flight instruments takeoff data V1, V2. We've got set. We've set 1V, V1, V2. Nav equipment is all checked. That's fine. Request takeoff clearance. Landing lights on. Landing lights on. On. No, that's wrong. We turn off lights, dummy. Wow. Strobe light off. No, what does that mean? Why would I switch off the strobe light? No. On. Up. So down is steady. The middle one is off. And that's strobe. Great. On it said. Sorry, I misread the check. I must get a pair of glasses. Taxi lights off. They're obsessed with lights. Just stop with your lights. Transponders on. Yeah. I've got some notes here. Traffic button. No, that's for TFC. Yes, that's TFC. Take your rubber times. I put a note in there for myself. Clock. Start the clock. I know it's going to be a bit late. Don't worry about that. Start the clock. And toga and go. You know. Let's go. Brakes off. Let's rock and roll, folks. This took a while, didn't it? Yeah. Let's just do the thing there. Just old habits die hard, folks. Old habits die hard. Alt Alt to get rid of the flashlight. And we're going to rock and roll. We're going to go. So we got flap set to 5. Do we have flap set to 5? Yes. Me too. Now, let's get this right. Let's get this right here. Let's get that nose wheel right on it. Right, flip-flopping around. There we go. Okay, folks, are you ready? You all ready? Last thing, Robert Time says fuel flow does what it says. It will show you the used fuel for the flight, reset it to 0 again. So you should really do it before you before you roll. Maybe I should line up and then do all that stuff. I just don't want to waste time on the runway. So where is it? It's down here. So reset. There we go. Fuel used. That's there you go. Fuel used. See the actual flying time. Great. Okay, folks, we're ready to go. All is fine. Let's hit the toggle button. I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone to 50% first. It's my first mistake. Hey ho. Forward of the stick. Airspeed's alive there. Where's the thump? The nose wheel. It's really annoying. That's 80 knots. I can feel the crosswind already. The pedals. Relaxing the pressure. Now, I want to see a crab. I'm not touching the pedals now. No, it's not crabbing. Oh, it is. It is crabbing into the wind. Gear up. It is crabbing. Okay, that's just an illusion. And then getting with the flat screen. Okay, so gears up. I'm going to follow the... Oh, let's have a look at the airport. Let's switch on to autopilot command 1 now. Well, that's command 2. Shit, command 1. Switch command 2 off. You little shit. That's the parallelics. There we go. Right, feet off the pedals. Everything's still good. Auto throttle, VNAV, LNAV. Just watching those so it doesn't switch off. We're climbing at 3,700. Jeez, climbing like a bat out of hell. There you go, folks. I want to get a view of the departure there. I love it when the clouds are like this, folks. I'm really excited. It's actually kind of 40%, Robert. Sorry, thank you. I should have done 40% to make sure the engines are stable. You don't want one powering off more than the other or one not working. That's the worst thing you can do. You know, so I was too eager to play with the toga button. Flaps coming up now. I was too eager to play with the toga button, folks. That's what that was. Creative Songs Boost says the 4090 is about $2,000 right now. Okay. I'd have to research it again. It was expensive. I was going to get the 3090 way back, so I just kept the money aside so I'd save it for the next one. You don't need the 4090. The only reason I got the 4090 is let's just check the cockpit here, folks. The only reason I got the 4090 is because I'm streaming. You can actually do shit. We got problems here. Oh, it's the air conditioning again. Don't worry about that. That'll happen. That'll be fine. The only reason I got the 4090, right, Creative Song, is because I'm streaming as well on the same PC, so I thought I'd get the best of the best if I could. You don't need the full ultra graphics. There's no difference between those and the there's no difference between medium and ultra, really. You know, you don't need the fancy graphics. I just want people to know that, because if I wasn't streaming, I'd still have my 1080 Ti. No, there's no doubt about that. I'd have the 1080 Ti, because all you need is 24 point something frames a second, like the movies. That's all you need. You know, let's see what MSI is giving us here. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting it does that. There's frames there up here, look. Now I've got another 2 screens either side as well with Windows, so it's getting 70 frames per second here. I remember I got 3 screens, so. After takeoff checklist. Positive rate of climb, yeah, auto brake, yeah, okay, the auto brake comes off. Not that much. Engines, and of course the gear to relax the hydraulics. Engine start switches to off position. Gear lever is in the neutral position or off position. Runway turn off lights. I just wanted to check this religiously today. Now that's on, you dope. Taxi lights off, I fucked that one up. Cabin license required. And now we're into our climb checklist, which is command. Oh, that's easy. I switched on the autopilot, obviously. Command A. Now I know now, Robert, thank you, there's a difference between right and left. What was the difference again? What's the difference? I'll have to look it up. Altimeter, so transition altitude, let's hit the B button. No, let's go to standard, sorry. Standard now. See, by going outside, if you get slightly distracted. See that? So I got to standard. Hey ho. And I'm going to have to be quick here. I'm going to have to move the minute now I've finished with these climb checklists. I'm going to go straight into the approach, because this is a short hop for me, and you got to work quick here, right? So altimeter is 10 below 10,000 feet. HSC is passing 10,000 feet. So we're going to pass 10,000 feet now. Landing lights come off. Fast safety belt signs off. Let those people drink their alcohol and get absolutely lamped out of it. Off. I don't know what that's for. You can't smoke anyway. Fast fuel pumps fine, and ring. Right, so let's do our ring here in Dublin. Let's get that. Let's have a quick look outside. Just relax for a bit. No, I'm panicking too much. I'm rushing too fast. It's not that short a trip. We do have a bit to go. Oh, sorry, I blocked the camera there. Let's get rid of the cameras for the moment, just temporarily. There we go. And get some mic handy in. And recorder. Thank you, Copy D. Let's bear with me, Robert. Let's get the recorder going here. Recorder's on. There we go. The engine's cooling down, we must be reaching our altitude. I look at what the sun just comes out and the lighting changes. There we go. No, we're not. It's a constraint. It's a constraint. I'm going to have the constraint. Which one is it? That's the weather radar. Data 15,049 Z. Is that the time? I don't know. What's the Z for? Zulu? No. Is that the altitude? I don't know. So everything got 15,000 feet, it's obviously straight there. So how much time have we got? Let's go to Prague. $138 miles to go, folks. Right. So, 138 miles to go. We are at 20. We're going to be at 22. So, 66 miles out. We want to start descending. I just multiplied 22. You know, by 3. 66 nautical miles out. So we've got a bit of time. Now, on the weekend stream on Sunday. Right. Brian Baffett says it's a dirty evening at Dublin at the minute. Let's look at the weather. Would you like to take a look at the overhead again, Robert says. Okay, let's have a look. I know it drops down to about 40 because that's taking the frames from the other window. The other monitor. Right, so the overhead here, right? Let's just hit, is it control 6? Yeah. Where are you? This one is what Rob was talking about. Grand power. Yeah, I'm going to have to read up on that, Robert. Would you like to take a look at the overhead again so you can double check the engine GPUs engine spec? The Gen 1 2 is there. I think they provide AC power, which individual Gen 1 is better for Gen 2 will show you the readout apps. You're still APU power, the APU will read. Okay. Sorry, I just lounged through that there and just trying to simplify that, folks. So, if I want to see the APU generator power, I have to see if it's on or not, what you're saying. There's no volts. There's no amps or volts. I don't know why it's DC there, 26. But I can see Gen 2 for that engine, and I can see Gen 1. So those are the two engines, I'm guessing. And at ground power. So what Robert is saying is, because I'm confused, oh, is the generator on or what? I think what you're saying there, Robert, what I'm thinking is now I can go, okay, I see a generator on, I can look straight up here, Robert. Right? And if I get the engine here, that's generating, and both engines are generating. And the ground power as well. So why is there 2 volts coming from the ground power? So all that stuff I have to read up, you know, standby power is fine. So great. That's cool, Robert. Thank you. So I look up there and that'll solve some confusion. There's a lot of work on that, wasn't there? Let's just stand up. For those shits and giggles. Thank you, Robert. I know I haven't checked out entirely what you're saying. I'm just trying to catch up with the airplane now at the moment. Right, so the weather in Dublin. I'm going to read out the weather in Dublin to you. This is live weather. Okay. What I want to look at, Robert, is the failure of the nose gear. Can you get it so it doesn't come down? I'm just drinking my drink there, sorry for the rude noise. Weather in Dublin. Weather in Dublin is... Oh, good God. Sorry you can't see this, folks. The weather in Dublin at the moment is meteorological actual report is issued on today, the 11th at 18:30 Zulu. The wind is 270 at 22 knots. So we've got a nice headwind in for landing. Happy days. 22 knots, no crosswind. 10k or more visibility. Light rain. Few clouds at 900 feet. Scattered to 1200 feet. Broken clouds at 1600 feet. Temperatures 5. Dew point is 4. QNH is 9er 86. No significant change. 9er 86. Let's set that, right? What? No, that's wrong, you idiot. 9er 86. I want inches. Thank you. 9er 86. See down here? So now, when I get 9er 86 down here, all I have to do, which is brilliant. 9er 86. Come on, Gupperson. I know you probably can't see that on your TV, but I just switched that and it's 9er 86. So all I have to do is from switching from standard to QNH is press that button. This here is for the minimums where I was at before, and I'm going to do that now. It's going to be better. that'd be 500 or something. I don't know why we're still at 1500 feet, I have to admit to you. That's what it is. Okay, let's move. Let's move, because I'm going to get behind the airplane now in a second. Ring. Legs. Next page. Next page. Want me to copy that? Go into fix. That's a fix. You want a 5 ring? You want a 10 ring? No. What is it? I want to get my thought process before. I want to get my thought process ahead of the aircraft. Engine is the fuel quantity lights required. Okay. Altimeter set. Radios. Now we're not climbing, folks. Hopefully after Lanyo we'll start climbing. That's bizarre. Reset MCP altitude. Okay, we have to do that when we wait till we get to cruise. MCP approach speed. Approach speed now. Let me think. We want flaps 30 at 140 knots. I don't write very much stuff down at all, but just the basics, so I don't have to go looking in the FMC. Do you know what I mean? So let's turn on the face cam here so you can see my shock and her. Yes, I don't think I'm going to get play with the faults, folks. I want 40 degrees of flat. No, 30 degrees. At 140 is our safety speed and our approach speed. 140. Does that make sense? So that's what I was feeling with here. 140. Look down here. You see? No. What's the safety? What am I doing here? Oh, I can't do that yet. Okay, fine. I've got that written down. We'll do that as we go. Minimums is what I'm concerned about here. Minimums coming to Dublin. Yep. Dublin, please. Give it to me. Approach, give it to me. We're coming into runway 28 left. Under your please. Wait, I'll take that. 28 left. Give me a second, just confirming. 28 left. Minimums. 402 feet. Oh. 402. Jesus. You have your 2 feet. There we go. Bar set 402 feet. Great. We're not climbing still, folks. Why are we not climbing? Maybe it's just the minimums, folks. I don't know. Maybe it's just the constraints. It's just the way it's done here in this sim. Localizer frequency, very important. Localizer frequency is 111.35. Let's get 111.35 plugged in here on both. 111. 111.35. 111.35. Yep. And on his side, can I type? Oh, you can't type it in here. 111.35. Yeah. 111.35 once. 111.35 twice. And 111.35 thrice. Good. We don't have a frequency yet. Top of descent's coming up now. Jeez. Okay, fine. Didn't climb and stop. 2,500 feet we want. Ah, that's the mouse. I use my switch here. $2,500 set. It's going to do that. Now slowing down. We're coming right up to now, top of descent. Coming right up to it, folks. and it should do it automatically, not like the Airbus. You have to set it in the Airbus. Set my rings. I've set my ILS 2,500 feet. Approach speed I've written down. We get to that. Localizer is set. We've identified it. Engine switches to continuous. De-ice is required. We didn't switch it off. We leave it on. Landing light. That's when we get past 10,000 feet now. Recall. Oh, that error has come because it takes a while for the. See, I set it too high because the constraints had us low, right? For some reason. Radio altitude minimums are set. So let's just double check that. Hectopascals are set. We have our minimum set to 402 feet. That's what we call minimums. Auto brake. We'll set that to 1 because I like to brake manually. And we're waiting for transition altitude. The transition altitude in Dublin is 5,000 feet. And we're descending on profile. There we go. We're 60 odd feet too high. That's fine. We'll sort that out. We'll keep an eye on that because it could be going too fast and all that kind of crack. I like the way it slowed down before it descended. You didn't have to do that manually because you got to decelerate in order to lower the nose, 'cause otherwise it'd just be going too fast. Speed below 250 knots at 10,000 feet. We're below that. We're at 250 now anyway. And we're waiting for the 10,000 feet mark, folks. Now we got another. I bet that's pressure. Yeah, it's air conditioning. We don't worry about that. That's all. We don't care about the passengers, do we? No. Let's get the music going here. Back to the comments. Check cruise page, Brian says. Okay, let's have a look at the cruise page. I'm probably reading that a bit late, but let's just see. Ooh, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. There you go, cruise page. Is that probably what it is? Robert probably said that as well. Press Alt. Oh wow. Press Alt Internet to go to flight 220 to clear any constraints. Thank you, Robert. Damn it, it was so quick there. You were desperately typing to tell me. If you want to check out possible constraints, then check it. Legs page. Okay, so the constraints are only in the legs page because I'm thinking of the Airbus looking here and going, oh yeah, it's going to be there as well, but it ain't, I guess. So I have to do longer flights with this, Robert. Do you know? I'll have to do the next day. I'll have to do a longer flight, so I can actually read your texts. Do you know? I'll have a longer descent. Do you know? It's on the ND as well. It's there. Great. So it's too late now. So cruise page. I'm gonna write that down here. It's not in that checklist. Letter in here. Now I'm still a little behind because I want to think of what I'm going to do when I get to the approach. I've got a little thing here. Check. Cruise page. Okay. So I could do it twice there, Robert. I'll just read what Robert said there. So when the altitude pressure is showing an amber box around... Oh, that's something else, sorry. Press Alt Intervene. Where's that? Altitude Intervene. Altitude Intervene. There it is, there. Altitude Intervene. And that will bring us... That will ignore the constraints. Great. Hopefully I'll remember that. So, if it... To ignore the constraints, Altitude Intervene. Great. Can you do it in there as well? Is that... I think what you're saying, you're going to cruise and change it here. Cool. Now, can we stuff up the nose wheel? Do I have time for that? No, I'm going to stuff it up. We could land on the nose wheel. You know, on purpose. Wouldn't we? There's 10,000 feet. Let's get going. Let's get the old... let's keep discipline now with the checklist. Transition 10,000 feet. De-ice is on. Landing lights checked on. Recall. Okay, fine. Radio altitude minimums are set. 402 feet. Auto brake. I set that to 1. The transition altitude, we want to switch to local QNH, which we're ready for. Landing lights, passenger signs, and all that kind of stuff. Let's stuff them back in their seats. It's getting bumpy, folks. We're all good. We're going to do the whole arc thing around Dublin. And I'll tell you what that is, right? See this big long arc here? Okay. We'll do that because we're only going one way, right? This is for the procedure for the little twins. I've done this loads of times back, you know, and you do the whole arc from the BOR and whatnot. And that's actually following that procedure. Realistically, it's going to be radar vectors. Now, if I were to chop some of these, it may be too late now. It may stuff up my profile, and I may enter too high. I would if I went straight here to Lapno, you know, I'd be too high and it'll screw up everything. So I could chop a few of them off, but that's just, you know what we'll do? We'll get rid of. Let's think about this now. Let's go to legs. Let's zoom in a bit. No, let's zoom out a bit. Now, what I forgot there was, Robert's probably looking at me going, why don't you do that thing I showed you, Robertson? That thing. There you go. Well, the speed brake's in the way, right, Robert? It's in the way. We could get rid of. We're coming up to carve now. We could. Let's go direct to Karoom here, because that's just nonsense. There we go. I'll save it another time. In fact, we could. No, I know I'm too low. See how it stuffs it up? Look, 5,000 feet. So we'll just go along. We'll go with it. We'll enjoy the scenery. We'll go with it. Everything will be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. Let us touch those throttles now. A little bit. So now we have time. Robert says, no, don't start chopping now. Oh no. That's what he said. Okay, I won't do any more chopping, Robert. You've set VNAV and course. You've set VNAV. Sorry, you've set navs and course. Navs and course. No, I haven't set the course yet. That's kind of more important. 278. 278. See, I'm the Airbus there. 278. Why don't I have that in my checklist? See, these little things, especially, let's paint the hole now. 278, just twist. Nav's on. 278. 278, come on. Very tempted to get the actual MCP here, so you're not taking ages to make buttons happen. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, to twist buttons, because you know I just did it 278. Come on, we're crashing now at this stage. So that's set. We've got our ident for the localizer. We've got our frequency set there, Robert. Navs and course. Navs are set. What else I have to do there? Do any more chopping. So let's think ahead now, right? So we're going to be descending a bit more. Okay, we're getting back on profile now. Right. Lights are on, all that kind of crack. And everything's going to be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be making our approach shortly. We ask that you take your drinks to your seat and fasten your safety belt. We'll be offering more drinks shortly. Also, we would like to take this time to thank you, all of our subscribers and members, for supporting our endeavors. If you are not a subscriber on Twitter or member on YouTube, please consider joining in order to secure our adventures far into the future. Thank you.
Ryan says, I've set Barrow, not Radalt. I think Radalt is, I could be wrong, but I think Radalt is for a Cat 3 landing. There on YouTube, Brian. I always use the, let me just double check that. Yeah, radio. I've got it in Barrow there. So I think Cat 3 is set to, I was told that, I don't know by, I can't remember by who, but if it was Cat 3 you set the radio. I'd rather have the radio on. It's more accurate, no? So let me think about this, right? So we're going to come down to the transition in another 3,000 feet, right? So when I get to the transition, right, I want to set my QNH by hitting this button here to standard, the QNH, drop as QNH, and I'm going to hit the approach mode, because that's, forgetting that, I did that once last week, didn't I? I was busy chatting. So, and then we're good. And then I should start following the speed profile down, I think. Robert, now that's where I get screwed up. Robert says, as a backup, you can look at acquired LS frequencies and course on the approach page as well. There it is there, 278 and DME 25, as the crow flies. And we've got the correct identifier, India Delta Whiskey there, isn't it? Have you set VREF on the approach page? Shit. Oh no, I looked at it but I didn't set it, Robert. I didn't set it. I gotta write this stuff down. I gotta have oh, I have it here. FMC init ref index approach, but I haven't set it. I just took note of it there, but I didn't actually set it. I'm going to put a box around there. That's why procedures are so important, because you're doing the same thing over and over, you know, to a degree. And I haven't kicked that off yet. Thank you very much, Robert Times. Love these ultra short flights, very relaxing. Oh great, Robert, I'm delighted. It is kind of relaxing. I was doing stuff here, I was working away, and I had to, you know, cook, get food done, get this done, get that done before 7 o'clock. And I was kind of going, it's like last Friday. I was late doing stuff, and I thought, oh no, I won't get time. And I was thinking, oh, and I do it again. So I said, no, I'll just keep going, and I'm glad I did now. You know, once you're sitting down flying the airplane, it's great. Oh yeah, I was going to talk to you about something in the future, right? Another thing what's happening with the simming. It's going to happen with the simming. I'm very tempted to do some racing later on during the summer. You'll see what when it happens. Now I know some of you aren't into racing. I don't know, Robert, did you say you're into racing? They're all mad at these racing sims now and stuff. So I might do one or two just to see what people think. Just a bit of variety for me as well. Press standard. Oh yeah, we're at 8,000 feet. But let's press it just to be sure. Oh, big change. Let's double check the QNH here. Let's refresh the weather here for Dublin. Oh, I just hit B. Oh, it's a little bit. It's 9 or 8.8 now. Press B. And I'll give you the QNH in sim, which should be the real word QNH, incidentally. Press that. Thank you, Robert. So I was thinking of doing it just for a cool video of racing. I don't know, I've just been watching a lot of videos on it and stuff. I've got all these rigs and stuff set up. I don't know if you're into Formula 1, folks, you know. I think it's 50-50 with y'all. But just to add something to the channel. Something different. Now I'm way too low. Oh no, I'm only 763 feet too low. So what? I'm going to start our turn now. We got traffic to the right. Let's have a look. There we go. Hopehead should be under those clouds somewhere. There's Wicklow Coast there. Turn this way. And we're turning in, folks. Robert Time says, better press standard when cleared to an altitude, pressure altitude, so you don't forget. Yeah, that's a trick, Robert, I use. Because I go, oh God, I want to press it now so I don't forget. But I just say, oh, we're cleared. We're cleared now, but now below the transition level. Great, hit standard. That's a little get out of jail card, isn't it? You've set Barrow to Radalt. Right. I think Robert told me there, really, for Cat 1, it's Cat 3 you want for Radalt? but it doesn't matter, really. I don't know what the story is there, actually. It's a good question you're asking there, Brian. Brian, it's a very good question. So many questions. 800 feet too low. I'm sure to fix it. Cat 3 is RA. RA? Radio altitude. So that, I am correct there, Robert. So, Brian, Robert he knows, I don't know how he knows everything about this aircraft. But he said Cat 1 and Cat 2 is Barrow, and Cat 3 is radio altitude. Because I was setting radio altitude all the time, Robert, at one point, wasn't I? And someone pointed that out to me flying the Airbus as well, I think. I don't know. Thank you, Clappy D, for putting that up. So maybe boat or something there, Brian. Now, let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so transition altitude set. Let's activate approach phase. Is it too early, Robert? Let me know, so I don't forget. Now, after this, what I'm thinking, Robert, right, is, okay, we set at the 10 mile marker, we put, at the 10 ring marker, we put flaps 1, and we want to be below 200 knots. But, do I have to actually set my speed now manually, Robert? Do you know what I mean? For my approach speed of 140? Brian says, yeah, Robert is correct. Brian says, he says, Robert is correct. Just checked it ILS Cat 2 or 1. Use radio for all approaches, use Barrow. Okay, thank you. All other approaches, use Barrow. Thank you, Brian. So we're both there on the same page now. Great. Excellent, Brian. It's great to have someone knowledgeable, more people knowledgeable. The speed window will open when approach is activated. Oh, Robert says. Okay, so approach will activate once we've captured, thinking, Robert, once we've captured the ILS, it'll activate the speed here so I can change it manually. See, some things happen automatically. No, some things don't. Let's keep everything in the picture here. Robert says, yeah. Okay. Great. So when we intercept, when we've captured the glide slope on the localizer, or both, I'm not too sure which is first, our ILS speed will come up here. Great. I know I have to say this a few times, Robert. It's just that I go flying the Airbus, and then I get all Airbusy, do you know? So it's not terribly confusing by any means, actually. Do you know? So we'll see here when we enter. Let's go to 10 miles out now. There we go. Now visible the approach for yourself. Now visualize the approach for yourself. What are you going to do? Exactly. So I'm thinking ahead here as I'm talking to you. So I'm going, I'm thinking it's going to activate the speed here. Right? So I'm going to go under 200 knots or 200 knots, right? And flaps 1. Right, then at the 5 ring, flaps 15 gear down. And then the rest of the schedule will follow to 30 flaps. And I want 140 knots on my approach speed. And of course gear down and all that kind of stuff. It's 3,000 feet now, we're still not really descending very much. Let's hold that there. So there we go. There is the localizer coming in, and we're below the glide slope, which is pleasing to me. 2,500 feet. The quarter is on. So I'm waiting for this. I want to watch this time because I want to see it coming up here at the speed. There, it's slowing down, right? Slowing down to 200 knots automatically, okay? So I gotta watch this because I didn't watch this last time because I was busy looking outside chatting, which is a big mistake. So I'm only going to talk now about what I'm doing. I'm not going to get too upset about the eye candy, right? So let's put flaps 1 now. Flaps 1. Course set. It's not changing the speed though. After 10 mile ring, go flaps 5 and speed dial down to 5 mark. After 10 mile ring, flaps 5 and speed down. We're on the ILS, but it ain't slowing down automatically for me. Okay, like the Airbus does, you know. We're on profile. Oh, I see I saw a runway here. That's the new runway. I said, oh Jesus, I thought I was off. I wonder when that'll happen first. Someone lands on the wrong runway. It's ATC controlled, so I'm going to be a bit early just to see, to give myself a chance to make a mistake. Nearly captured. So it's capped. Oh, there we go. I have the speed. Right. So now I have to set the speeds manually. There we go. So we want to approach at 140. Would you do it down, Robert? It's 40 knots wind. Can we add 5 knots for the wife and kids? I don't know what the procedures are, but I'm going to add 5 knots for the wife and kids. Sometimes when it gets bumpy, it goes too slow. And I get a warning. There's a 5 mile ring. Gear down. Flaps 15. Gear coming down. Why are you accelerating? Why aren't we slowing down? Arming the speed brakes. Are the lift dumpers. Speed brakes are set. We're slowing down. Lights. Really not important. Engines are in continuous. And now we can go manual. Yeah. Will we land on the nose wheel? Oh yeah. Let's go to manual. Let's go flaps 30. Flaps 30. And at the worst possible time, let's switch off the autopilot. Let's get our 800 feet a minute. Oh, my seat position isn't very good. Yeah. Trim. It's got 145 there, that's nice. 28. The wind's died down entirely. So we're manual, folks. I'm going to obey the glide slope all the way down. But we're good. We're re-ref. Someone's on the runway. I'm not going to go around. It's good. 100 feet to go. Oh, that air traffic's taken off. Great. I'm delighted. No crosswind. A bit disappointed there's no crosswind. Now that traffic's good. Coming down. Oh, there's someone ahead of us. Continue landing, even though there's traffic ahead of us. We can go around. Well, that's taking us down okay, actually. That's because MK Studios fixed it, did they?
30.
Don't do a smooth landing, will we? Not like the Ryanair landing. There we go. Reverse coming on, get on the centre line. Bit of braking. Oh, we want to get the first exit. Oh, got it. Okay, fine. Reverse off. Take the next exit. I don't know what's set feet per minute there. My seated position wasn't perfect at all. That's why it wasn't the best. And I didn't use the little things here. I use those for the sim, you know. You can't see it now, but there's little indicators here to make sure your seated position is correct. Flaps up. We're going to hold here, clean up. I'm going to do this the right way. And then we're going to go to the gate. So I'll hold here. I get taxi instructions. There we go. Brakes on. Park brake on. And let's just do this by memory now. Transponder. You can go to standby. and we want the auto brakes off, and we want the lights off. Now, bear with me here. This lights are low. After that, a checklist. Transponder, flaps, speed brake, done. Lights, strobe lights off. Taxi lights as required, so we leave those on. Cabin as required. Anti-ice, let's switch off the anti-ice. We don't need the wing anti-ice. The engine anti-ice. Oops. Speedo heat can come off. Windows can come off. Unless it's icy. It's not. APU. Probe heat off. Yeah. Engine start switches to off. Off onto off. Auto brake off, which it is. Taxi to assign parking brake. Runway turn off lights off. So runway turn off lights off. I have to think of the logic here. The runway turn off lights. What's the story here? Is it just for turning off the runway? So you have them on an approach, so you can turn off the runway. I have to know how they work to understand it now. You see, because do they actually turn with, they actually move, just so you can see the exit? I have to understand how they work. That way I'll remember it. You see, like what are they actually for? APU gen, grand. Okay, have we got the APU on? Now how do we know when to put the APU gen on? Let us see. Let's just see here. It's going to come down here. Clapping is happening. Did it clap there, Robert? I must have gone deaf. That's bizarre. Did it clap? Oh, you're clapping. Thank you, Robert. There we go. Now it's off. So now we can use the... See, it does it automatically. Thank you, Robert. That's sinking in a bit now. Nice job, says G Cook. Thank you, G Cook. There's the speed, Brian says. Thank you, Brian. Taxi lights off. What? No, that's near the gate. You're approaching the gate. Right, break off. And we have, I didn't pop out there, folks. You see, I did a little bit better because I wasn't so concerned with the stream. I wasn't popping out every 5 minutes. Let's tag up here. Won't tag up the two of you there. Might take a while. But we didn't burst our nose wheel there. I'm sorry about that, folks. I should have burst the nose wheel. Who's with us there? Can't recognise anyone at the minute. Johnny C's with us. He's been with us. Johnny C, hey ho. And I know the boys here. It's just not tagging up yet, but it will, no doubt. Let's taxi to the gate. And let's get some parking instructions in here. And let's finish the checklist. What's this giving out about now? Need giving out about air conditioning, anti-ice. Yeah, well, it's off, so tough. Let's get taxi instructions. Taxi instructions. Turn to ground and request taxi parking. Acknowledge. Taxi to general aviation. Why would I go to general aviation parking in a 737? Okay, let's just park where we want, folks, shall we? Let's get rid of the baby lines there and just taxi where we want. Brakes are off, adding power, and getting out of here. And then we'll do the replay. Robert Time says, runway turn-off lights light up the terrain at an angle, so it's easier to see the runway exits. Runway turn-off lights light up the terrain at an angle, so it's easier to see the runway exits. Runway turn-offs, but each airline has its own procedure with them. Okay, now that's, see, Rob, so it goes at an out like this, do you know? So you can see the sides of the runway turn-off lights. That's what I was hoping it would be, right? So you can see the exits and lights up all the cat's eyes and stuff for the exits and whatnot, yeah? And the signage. So that makes sense to me now, more so than just guessing, because you've confirmed that. Thank you, Robert Times. But great. Anti-ice message is normal. It's because the probe heat is off. It's fine. There you go. That makes sense as well, Robert. Thank you very much. So I'm getting a little bit smoother now that I've been kind of more concentrating on the flying than the stream. And then when I get shit hot at it, like it becomes second nature, you know, then it'll just be second nature, you know. It's very relaxing doing this. It's bizarrely fun when it goes well, you know. Sometimes you have a bad flight and you stuff things up, like not hitting approach mode in time. And I promised myself after the last time I didn't hit the approach mode, it didn't descend, it just stayed level. It screws everything up basically, doesn't it? and you're just really angry until you fix it the next time. You know. So we're going to go and get a nice fancy parking by the new Dublin V2. Dublin V2. So sorry, there's no wheel problem. So I just couldn't do it. Couldn't smash it. Do you know? Really good. So note to self, just to ram that home. On approach, when the glide slope is captured, it will come on here, and I have to physically get the speed down to 140 knots, which was for 30 flaps. Someone had a bit of an accident there. Do you know? He's having a bit of problems. He's not go. Catch up. Clutch up. He's having a problem. Clutch up. Buttons is kicking off, folks. Oh, let's go this way. I can see the traffic ahead. Do you know, there's an earning. He might be taxiing down this way, so let's go behind him. Just buttons is kicking off, folks. I can hear. Just gonna start jumping around now in a second. So anyway, yeah, I was thinking later on, just for myself, for shits and giggles, you'll know when you see it, it's not going to disturb the flight sim, certainly not on Sundays. Maybe on Wednesday or something, I'll do something different on a Wednesday only. Do you know? And see what you think of that. And if everyone says no, I'll make a cool video and see what you think. You know, and see what you think, something different. It has to be interesting though, do you know? And we got permission to cross the runway. There's Producer Buttons wagging her tail. Producer Buttons, are you happy with that landing as well? I think I heard you being quite pleased. Oh, Producer Buttons, say hello to everybody. Hello, Buttons. It's 8 o'clock, isn't it? It's 8:30. Okay, we'll do the replay, and we'll do that thing you want to have happen. Okay, good. Right. I love the life now in Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially with the fly-by-wire traffic. You know, fly-by-wire traffic thing's absolutely stunning. Where did I park? Oh yeah, we're going to Ryanair. The Walk of Death, folks. The Walk of Death in the Ryanair terminal. The Walk of Death, folks. We've all done it. It's a long walk. You don't want to be late. Now let me just concentrate here. Now, see that yellow line? Is that into the parking? Oh, no. I have space. Do I have a space? Do I have a space there? Is there a space there? I'm going there. Oops. The mic got in the way there. So I think we can park it here. Yes, we can. Now, sitting at this seated position, right? I'm thinking, geez, will we get clearance there with the wings? Do you know? The rule goes, if you follow the yellow line, you can't go wrong. As long as everyone else, I'd be checking them. They're on the yellow line as well, wouldn't you? Do you know, I'd be going, is he on the, yeah, he's in the yellow line, so I'll be cool. You've got to check other people as well, don't you? Here we go, folks, to the brilliant Dublin V2. And this is what I love about Dublin V2. Let me just stabilize the camera here. You see the way it says 737 there? Right? Now, also, as I'm taxiing forward, I'm making sure my pedals, my bum is sitting in the yellow line. And wait, you see, the nose will be right on it. See this here? I love that. That is very cool. And stop. That is really cool. And that's not an add-on. So that's MK Studios, folks. If I see something from MK Studios, I will be purchasing it. There's no doubt about that, folks, you know. So we're at the gates, and we've got the APU on, and we can do all that turnaround stuff. I'm not doing a turnaround tonight. I can switch on the APU bleed, and everything's reset here. So just for my own, right? Just for my own thing here, I'd love to find out how it resets everything and what's going on there. Because everything's forgotten now. So could I go into init ref then? And I could preference request and do a turnaround. So we'll do that another day, right? Let's do the replay, folks. Let's have a look at the gate. Look at that. It's like in the real world, folks. Bizarre. Johnny C says we've probably covered this before, but where did you get New Dublin Airport? It doesn't seem to be in Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace. Yes, Johnny C. No, there's no such thing as a stupid question. I was going where Dublin was gone entirely from the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace, and I got it on Orbex. It's on Orbex. Let me just find it for you here. Bear with me. The only one I use is Orbex Central. I'm not buying it from any other sites besides... Sorry. I'm not buying it for anywhere else but Orbex and the marketplace, because Orbex seem to have pretty much everything. And I couldn't see it on the marketplace either, and it bugs me because I want everything for the marketplace. So if I go flattening Microsoft Flight Simulator, right, I have to go to Orbex now and download them as well. Do you know? So that, I'm just being lazy in that respect. So I'm pretty sure I got an Orbex. There we go. Yeah, I got it from Orbex. Oh, what's this? What's this exclamation mark? Oh, this is an update for 2. Great. So I got it from Orbex. Orbex are doing quite well now. I know they messed up London. Remember they messed up London and I went crazy and did a video on it? They're distributors as well now. I haven't seen anything bad from them since then. So fair enough to Orbex. They're doing a good job. So I'll update that later. See, that's why I don't want to have lots of websites, because I've got to go around finding all the websites, updating them all. So it's just Orbex and Microsoft. So that's the question. Can you see? Yeah, brilliant. You got it. It's well worked. It's absolutely stunning. Let me show you here. I don't know if I'd shown you already, Johnny C. But the other runways there, they got the terminal. It's just I like to look in. You got the 3D effect, you know, when you're coming up to the gate, and this is stunning. This here. You know, the way they got the gate numbers there and everything. I love that. Let's do the replay, folks. Just leave the Orbex stuff installed on the marketplace. I installed. Okay. Use the buttons to distract the hell out of me now. Okay? Like your buttons. Little buttons, don't worry, you're gonna get your thing there in a minute. Let's get the replay going here for that landing. Stop recording. So nothing bad happened. Oh shit. Replay underneath. Let's just do that. It is stunning. Brian says it's stunning. It's a no-brainer. Use just the buttons. Good job. It's always at the end. Mind you, let's get a bit of artistic thing going here. I'm going to do a few of these. What about the eye candy? Look at all the people flying around there. Look, there's someone ahead of us there. Let's get that typical view I do for the landing. We'll do this one to get all the wheels on. There we go. We're going to do this view. We're going to do side view. Then we're going to do a first person perspective of the side of the runway view. And then we'll do the internal buttons. Please. Good job. I don't want to fight you now. She keeps trying to fly. Just the buttons. What? It's gonna be tough. That's glad she started off there and on final. Rather time says, write this down. Don't press perf in request. I didn't press it. It's not connected to SimBrief yet. Just fill in perf in it page yourself with the data from SimBrief. I think that's fine. I won't press it. I hope not. I won't press it. Robert Time says, also including the cruise level, just take it from SimBrief. Well, really? Okay. Didn't work the last few times I did. Ignore the traffic ahead. That's... Oh, poor fella. Someone busted their nose wheel there. Now, let's just have a look here at this landing. Okay, so the ILS takes us a bit past the markers there. That's a firm landing. 300 feet per minute. And we're on the centre line. Great. Okay, let's see the side view. Oh, buttons. Please push some buttons. Please push some buttons. Close up. Let's go back. Side landing then. A little bit closer in though. Oh, maybe a little far right there. There we go. And we're doing it. Good job. Good job. So there's the motorway there coming over. Look at the cars, the car park. It's a big airport now. It's not a small airport, Dublin anymore. think the population has exploded in my lifetime. Quite considerably here in Ireland, you know. Seriously exploded. Used to be just a tiny little airfield. Cessnas used to fly here when I was a teenager. You know, flying clubs were in Dublin. Yeah, flying clubs. Close. There we go. 240, 74. There we go. Well, the nose is clear, held up. Let's do the passenger view, and then, I said we'd do the first person view next, isn't it? And then we'll do the passenger view. I'm just going to get the bit where it touches down a bit there. We will have the person standing about human height about and that here will do. Okay, that here will do. And let's fix the camera. Let's get the camera. So, disconnect follow me mode and drone lock mode. And let's have a look at that landing from first person's perspective. Sorry. A little bit closer in, please. Resume replay. There we go. Let's zoom in here a bit. There we go. If you have problems with your zooms, just get an Xbox controller, stick it in, it's all configured for you. You hit the Y button down and the trigger buttons for zoom in and zoom out. Frames died a bit. That's because I'm on another screen. Sorry, I didn't activate it. No, it's not going to be choppy. We've got to see the passenger view. Tritz, hey Tritz, on Twitch, it's the side grabber buttons and chat. I know I'm late, but hey ho, what can I say? Are you late back from work? Maybe you should start the stream later. Folks, do you think I should start at 8 o'clock? You know what I mean? Let's see the passenger view now. Should I start the stream at 8 o'clock? Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, I don't have to do any of that. I just have to reset. There we go. We want passenger view. Oh. Passenger view. I'll go back a little bit. So we can see the pigeon house chimneys coming in. Zoom replay. There we go. You expect to see coming into Dublin if you're sitting on the left hand side of the aircraft. So no worries, Tritz, no worries. Stefan says I use the Xbox controller. It's great, Stefan, isn't it? Because it doesn't have to be a new one, it can be an old school one. And yeah, V2 Dublin, Stefan, Brian is fabulous. You know, it really is. You know, I'm going to cool down and buying the airports now because I want to save for getting the new ones. I don't want to run out. You know, because I went a bit crazy every time we did for many weeks now. I've just been buying runways. You know, and I don't want to run out of funds. You know, so I'm going to cool off and wait for new ones like these ones coming in. Didn't I? Also, Berloni Reaper, thank you very much again. Before I forget, before we're finished, thank you very much again for resubscribing Tier 1. He's been with us for 22 months now. Oh, just buttons. Berloni, you've been with us for a long time. No worries, and don't be sorry for being away so long. That's what happens. If I wasn't streaming now, I'd probably give it a break, you know, for a while. Sim Race Fly says, so you stream in 2K, but do you play in 4K? But yes, my monitor's in 4K. I'm seeing it in 4K, and I get as high as I can get the stream's 2K, yeah. I do. It's 4K. I'm watching the center screen is 4K. It's an LG. Let's put you some buttons there. Sorry, folks. Here we come. Here we go. She goes crazy at the end of the stream, as you know. 3,000. Landing rate doesn't work in this. 3,000 feet per minute. It was fine. So the nose gear didn't collapse. I thought we'd do Dublin to Liverpool, seeing as what happened. But I finished how I started. Where's the mouse gone? There it is. Finish how we started. Let me see who's with us so I can say goodbye to those of you. So I'll be on hopefully tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. I wonder, should I start at 8? 8 o'clock? Have a think about it, folks. Booms, hey Booms, how you doing? Robert Times says 8 is a bit late for me. Okay, it might be a little bit late. I think 7's just that sweet spot maybe, folks, isn't it? Looks great in 2K on Twitch. Thanks, Booms. Booms also says 3,300 feet a minute. Are we drilling? Yeah, it doesn't work very well. I think it's 200 odd feet, but you can see there it was an okay landing. It was firm landing. That's what I wanted, and I got it because I didn't want to burn up all the runway. So we leave the 8 o'clock. We stay at 7. I think 7's just enough time. You know, when as time goes on, we'll do returns when I get the time and stuff. I've got to think about my own time as well. It's tough. Baffle has followed. Thank you, Baffle. Balfies, BALFIE_ZA. Baffle. I'm just making it up as I go along. Happy D, thank you very much for reminding everyone to hit the like button. If you hit the like button before you go. Nice to see some new faces. Sim Race Fly. Thank you very much for joining in. Do you have everything in Ultra? Yes, I do, Sim. I have everything in Ultra. As you can see here, I'm in Dublin V2. I'm getting 60, high 60s. I've got Ultra and then some on. And I have a 4K monitor. I've got a monitor on each side for the stream and other programs so I can see what I just at a glance. I'm going to do, I have to do a tour of my little studio. I call it studio because it's fancy. It's actually a spare room. But I'm going to call it studio. Is that big? Let's tag up. What's going on here? Not the news. What the boys? Oh, the Aer Lingus. Unusual for Aer Lingus to have a smash up there, folks. Unusual for Aer Lingus, but it's not tagging up, which is a real bummer. It could be the real world traffic, but I doubt that one was the real world traffic there that crashed. It's not tagging up, it's very annoying. I'm sure there's some of you there. It'll come up next time. So, Clutch is there, Johnny C's there, and I know there's some others of you, so it's not showing your tags. I'm sorry for that. There you go, folks. That's Dublin V2 from Liverpool to Dublin. I haven't decided what I'll do tomorrow. We'll do something a little bit longer, maybe. Robert Times, thank you very much for your help. It is, you've been such a help. I wouldn't be flying this if it wasn't for people like yourself. Skeleton is getting eyes. Yes, that's what we're looking for. The bones and the eyes on the skeleton. Sim Race, thank you very much. He says DLSS3 and frame generation on as well. Yes, it is. Let me show you. General options. Let me see what I have. Did I turn it down at one point? Resolution. Custom. Yeah, it's all in ultra. I moved objects, I think, from 100 to 140, I think it was that. So it's all ultra. Switch off, who was that told me that? That was very helpful. Switch off motion blur, I think it was. Yeah, motion blur, some monitors, it flickers. And someone came on, who was it? Remind me, it was a Clappy. Said switch off motion blur and that'll stop that from happening. So it's all 4K DLSS resolution, quality DLSS, I don't know, quality. Frame rate generation is on. VSync is off, actually. I could have that on, but I thought I'd leave it on. I'm using DirectX 12 and rest is, I just added a few things here. I did take off, was it range? Yeah, here, motion blur. Oh no, sorry, I stand corrected. Clappy D, it was Bloom. Yes, sorry, it was you. Yes, Clappy D. This here is very important. My monitor, it's an LG C2, which is brilliant. Right, some of the lights at the cockpit at night time, I have to turn them down because even the sun in your face is like, what? It's brilliant. The bloom, switch off the bloom. Get rid of that. Right? Motion blur, you don't need that. It looks better without motion blur. But bloom is the key. Right, that's what I switched off there, and everything else is not. Can I move that any more hard than 256? No, I've been to this many times. So it's all a little bit above ultra. There's not much of a difference between ultra and high performance, to be honest with you, except for your frame rates. I only for the stream I have it on ultra, do you know? But if I was flying my own, I'd just have it on high because there's no real difference except for the clouds. There you go, folks. So that's my settings. That's my settings, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be back on. Bloom says try DLAA instead of quality. You might like it more. Okay, let's try that. So don't forget. Blooms, thank you for joining us, Blooms. Well, you've been with us before, haven't you? Your prime, yeah. General. So you said try DLAA. I might like it more instead of quality. Really? Use super air. Okay, well let's try that and see how we go, will we? DLAA. Let's apply and save. That's getting about 80 frames a second, 79, isn't I? Yeah, good. So we'll see how we go, folks. So that was a long goodbye. Simracing says I want to get a 4090 or maybe even a 4080. Yeah, you know, they're coming down in price, you know. So there you go, folks. Thank you very much. It's nice to see some new faces. Hopefully see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Irish UK time in the evening local. That's 1900 hours. Yeah, local time. 7 o'clock in the evening. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday at 9 o'clock in the evenings Irish time. There's my plug there for the moment, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. And I will say adieu and have a great night. It's great to have a short week, isn't it? Ciao, ciao, everybody. Thank you very much.